I do a radio broadcast, and one of the big questions I get is about anxiety. People are freaking out about the future. You ever find yourself in that spot? It's not that something has happened, it's that something might happen. We call that anxiety. And anxiety is basically fear about an unknown future. And the reality is that we have to come to grips with our situation. Are we in control? We're not really in control, and we might feel the illusion of control, but that's nothing but an illusion. It's fantasy. And so the enemy comes in, and the enemy hooks us with a big what if. Have you ever felt that? There you are at peace, enjoying your ride home or whatever it might be, and then suddenly there's a thought, what if this happens? Imagine if this happens. What are you gonna do? And so we find ourselves in fear, in the midst of an anxiety about an unknown future. And you know, the only answer to that I've found is a willingness. Let me explain to you. You know, here's the issue. Am I willing for that to happen? You say, no, I don't want that to happen. That's the whole point. I'm scared of that happening. That's why it hooks me. Exactly, that's why it hooks you. It hooks you because you're unwilling for that to happen. But what if you were to give up your right to control your future? What if you were to say, you know what, Jesus Christ is my life no matter what this circumstance brings. If this circumstance brings failure, if it brings disaster, if it brings success, if it brings mystery, no matter what it brings, this circumstance is not the key to my future anyway. And so I am going to relinquish my right to control this, and I'm willing for it to go bad. Now, I don't want it to go bad, of course, that would be insanity. And I'm not trying to sink my own ship. The whole point is because I'm not really in control, because God runs the universe, and because God allows lots of circumstances to come into my life for my own training, well, then I choose, as an act of my will, to give up my right to this situation, to no longer seek to control it. And next time the enemy comes knocking, playing that movie of what if, what might happen, what could happen, and what will you do about it? Well, it can no longer hook me as easily, because my response to that hook is, you know what? I gave up my right to that situation. I deliver it into the hands of God. I choose to not even seek to control it. I want it to go well because I'm human and I'm normal, and I, of course, would rather have good than bad. But I realize that I cannot live in fear, inundated with these thoughts and controlled by them. So I choose, as an act of my will, to relinquish my right to control this situation, because Jesus Christ is my fulfillment. Jesus Christ is my everything.